Hi, water signs. My name is Michelle Kelly. Welcome to This Is Your Sign. This is your February 2021 career and finance reading. How are you guys doing out there? If you've already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. And if you haven't, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. I'd really appreciate it. It helps me get seen on YouTube more. So all the Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpios water signs out there, oh my gosh, let's get into your career and finance reading for the month of February. The first one is Regeneration. The next one is All That Glitters, and it's upside down, and the next one is To the Sea. So what this reading is telling me already is regeneration is about second chances, rebirth. It's about you planted seeds a long time ago and maybe you stopped going in the direction that you were headed in. And this is saying like it's not over yet. You're going to be offered a second opportunity. All that glitters isn't gold and it's upside down. So what this is telling me is that your finances, things that you thought were important to you aren't as important to you anymore, but you needed to learn that and you needed to find that out. And maybe you were chasing the gold and chasing the material objects, and you guys, you needed to do that. You needed to do that to find yourself, to find your spirit, to find your soul. And the next one is To the Sea, and it's like going with the flow, and you're learning how to go with the flow, and you're trusting the divine and God and spirit and your angels and whoever you believe in, your higher power, that everything's going to be taken care of for you as long as you do the next right thing. You don't even have to do the next right thing. It all is taken care of for you because you are a child of God and he wants you to be well. So I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into this. So regeneration, it is, a rebirth, second chances, new opportunities. What happens when it appears you failed at something? Do you see the beauty in the lesson? The understanding that arises from the difficulty is like a seed that lies dormant for a time. Then once it germinates into your subconscious, it pushes through into your awareness. It's becoming apparent that there is a new you, a new start, a more powerful version and form of what you began to plant in the garden. Your imagination has surfaced. You are ripe for success. New opportunities, much better than those that came before, appear like gifts from the gods. Now is one of those times when out of seemingly loss and failure comes remarkable abundance. Don't dwell on the past, because you really are experiencing a rebirth. So you guys, whatever you thought was supposed to work out and go a certain way, it didn't. But it didn't mean that you were a failure or that you weren't meant to do that. You needed to do that to bring you to another place. So after, I'm gonna share with you guys one thing that happened to me. So years ago, I wrote a song. I never wrote anything ever in my life. I didn't do good in school. I wasn't a reader. And I had a really hard time with reading and comprehension. They found out when I was in 3rd grade that I needed tubes. I couldn't hear, but I still had a hard time with reading and comprehension, even though my hearing wasn't good. Reading and comprehension was really hard for me. So I always grew up believing like I wasn't smart. And I reinforced that for a really long time because I had such a hard time with books and I hated school and it just wasn't for me. So because I wasn't a reader, I never thought I could be a writer because reading and writing go together, right? So about 6 years ago, I wrote my first song. Well, I never wrote a song before because, I never even wrote a grocery list because I figured, why bother? Like, I can't read, I'm not a good writer. It wasn't true. I didn't know that. I wrote a song, I put it in a drawer. I didn't tell anybody that I wrote this song for like 3 weeks, and then I showed my girlfriends. And they're like, oh my God, Michelle, you need to do something with this. And I'm like, really? So I was never in the music business. I never sang. I don't play an instrument, not a reader or a writer. And I went on a mission to have this song recorded. So it was a long process. What I thought was a long process. It took me 5 months to figure out how to do it, which I thought was incredibly long, especially for someone who never had any knowledge of any of this. Well, within 5 months, I had my song recorded in Nashville. In less than a year, I got it, no, a little over a year, I got it playing in 437 Texas Roadhouse restaurants in the United States. I never knew I could do anything like this. I never thought I'd be good at anything. I thought I was stupid. And so I tried to get my song recorded, like to get an artist to do it, and they never did. And I really thought like I was a failure because I couldn't do it. And I thought I was meant to be in the music business, and it has redirected me into, I'm now reading cards online on YouTube, which I love. I wrote a guided meditation, which I never knew I could do. People are seeing deceased relatives, deceased pets through this guided meditation that I wrote. Like, it led me in a direction that I never knew I could have been led in. And it's been beautiful. It's been painful. It's been hard. It's been wonderful. It's been sad. It hasn't brought me any financial success yet, but it doesn't even matter, because the all that glitters isn't gold is like, this fills my spirit. This fills my soul. Yes, it would be nice to say I can pay all my bills and I don't know where this road is leading me, but it's leading me to all of you right now. And that is a gift and a dream that I could have never imagined. So I hope that story helps you guys realize that just because you go in one direction, that direction was the right direction for me at the time, and it led me to this direction. So whatever direction you're being led on, you are not on the wrong path. You're on the right path at the right time, and it leads you to where you're supposed to be. So I could have never recorded myself. I could have never did a video. I could have never put this out there. I never had the confidence, and I have that now. And what I realized is, it was never about the song. It was what that song gave me, and that song gave me my voice back, which I lost as a little kid. So I'm crying right now. I cry during these videos. It's so emotional, but that song gave me my voice back. And if that's the payment that I received from that, that is more than all that glitters. That is more than what dollars could have ever bought for me. So it says, when this is upside down, this is the signal to walk away from what you're contemplating. There is a thin veneer of glitter and sparkle that masks something rotten underneath. Pursuing it will only bring about difficult situation you will be sorry you got yourself into. Stay away. Isn't it wonderful how spirit protects you? Better things await. So this might say whatever you're pursuing right now is not where you're supposed to be. But you know what? I'm going to tell you, wherever you are, that's where you're supposed to be. If you're meant to make a left turn, you will make a left turn. And if you find out like, oh, I'm heading in the wrong direction, then you make a right turn. That is all. Or you do a U-turn and you come back. So this is saying to me, better things await. That is all. And a lot of times you might not know what the better thing is right away, but it's down the road. So what I'm telling you, and I'm here to tell you, are better things are awaiting you, to all the Cancer, to all the Pisces, to all the Scorpios, to all the water signs out there right now. And even if you can't see what they are, the divine is on your side, cheering you on, champion you, and you're gonna figure it out. You are not on a treasure hunt with no map. Like, You are not being set up. You are not being set up to fail. You're not being set up to head in the wrong direction. You are being divinely led to learn certain lessons. And when we don't learn our lessons the first time, we repeat them. And it is not to beat the shit out of yourself. It is that maybe you need them bigger and louder in order before you're able to see them. That is all. The next one is to the sea, and it says, being in the flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. There's more to it. I'm going to read it. The page got stuck. It says, everything seems to work out when you stop scrambling and allow the sea of opportunities to wash over you and wake you up to your most prosperous potential. To get into the flow, you need to address your beliefs about abundance and money. The true meaning of your personal currency lies within your skills, your talents, and your abilities, and most importantly, your core beliefs. Everything flows from your inner world and is reflected in the outer one. When you are grateful to serve, you align your prosperity consciousness with a higher consciousness. You can expect miracles. Everything you need will come to you easily. All right, guys. So this is saying the true meaning of your personal currency lies in your skills, your talents and abilities, and most importantly, your core beliefs. So all of this that has happened to you for you was to get you back to yourself, your divine self, your intuition, the God, the spirit within you. And that's what this journey is all about, is getting you back to reconnect with yourself. And when you are actually able to be grateful, to serve, to give your gifts, to share of yourself without an attachment, that's when the rewards start to come in. So what does that mean? You cannot give of yourself freely until your own cup is full. So to go out there and offer things to people when you are not well, when you are not spiritually fulfilled, when you're not emotionally fulfilled, when you're not physically fulfilled and well, you cannot help others as much as you think when you're not well. So this is saying you needed to get well, to take care of yourself. And as you are able to do that, when you are able to do that, you go out and serve from just your heart. And whatever comes of that is a bonus. And that is how you become aligned with your spirit and your soul. So if you guys are having a hard time right now wondering, like, Michelle, what is my spiritual path? What am I supposed to be doing? How am I supposed to be doing it? I'm going to tell you a couple of different things. So behind me is a sign that says, create the things you wish existed. So I'm going to ask you this very deep question. And if this is the first time you guys are watching me, you haven't heard this before. And if you have, this is your sign to like really think about this. This is not a question that you are going to be able to answer in a week or in a day or in a month or 3 months or 6 months or a year or multiples of years. This is a different timetable for everybody. So if you can't answer this right away, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It just means you're not ready yet. So create the things you wished existed. What do you wish was available to you or for you that A, doesn't exist, or B, didn't exist and you needed it so bad? So that usually is what your divine soul purpose is here to do. So I'm going to tell you, for me, there was a time I couldn't answer that question, but That question for me was, I always wanted somebody to tell me what is normal. Could somebody please tell me what is normal? And not so I could feel like shit, but I just needed to know, like, am I doing this right? Am I on the right path? Because the way I grew up, everybody told me what I shouldn't do, what not to do, but nobody told me what to do and how to do it. And that's what I so desperately needed. So what I never realized is that that's my job to help you guys with. My job is to help you. I'm supposed to tell you what's normal, what was normal for me. And what was normal for me is not knowing what to do and not knowing how to do it and not having dependable people that I could look or rely on to give me those answers. So that is what my soul's purpose is now. I didn't know that then. I'm 49. So I wasn't able to even know or answer this question or step into this power until I was in my very late 40s. So if you were able to know what your soul's purpose is before 49, I say congratulations, and I hope so. But if you are older, it doesn't mean it's too late. It just means you weren't meant to step into it yet. But maybe you are now, and maybe that time is coming for you. But this says you are on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. So this girl is just like flying, and she's an angel, and she's starting to spread her wings. So all the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, you are on the right path. You're starting to spread your wings. You're starting to believe that you actually have wings and you're allowed to use them. And the next one is support. And this is a girl. It says your life purpose fully supports you. But she is hanging on to like a support stick. Like, I hope so. I freaking hope so. So this is saying, yes, the divine is with you. Yes, you are fully self-supported, and you can hold on for as long as you need to. You are supported anyway. The next one is speaker, and it says your life purpose involves your skills of orientation. So you guys are meant to speak. You're meant to speak out loud. You're meant to use your voice. You're meant to be the voice for maybe people who haven't found their voice yet. God, Spirit, the divine is using you as an instrument and a tool to help the people who haven't been able to speak yet. So what does that look like for you? So this might be you're meant to be a public speaker, which I definitely think that you guys are meant to be public speakers. However, if you are not able to do that yet, another way you can get your voice out there is YouTube, public speaking, podcasts. It could be writing. It could be books. You might start off by being writers first before you trust and believe that your voice needs to be heard. But this is saying your voice needs to be heard. All of the water signs out there, you are light workers, you are healers, God is using you. And if anything, you can thank God for that one, though. You can be kind of pissed about it too. I was pissed at first. Like, this is a job that you don't want. This was a job I never wanted. I never wanted to be the voice for people who had no voice. And now I realize, like, I will do whatever God wants me to do because I work for God. So once you realize like who you really work for, like God is my boss. And sometimes I don't trust my boss. I think my boss isn't going to come through, or he's not going to give me what I need, or it's not going to get here fast enough, or what if he doesn't show up, or, you know, all of this stuff. But when I'm doing other things, when I step out of my own way and my own head and I stay busy, it keeps me from obsessing over and over, what about my boss? And what if he doesn't come through for me this time? Well, I'll tell you what, my boss is God. He has always come through, and I still doubt my boss. Windfall of abundance. Here is Santa Claus. So it's like an increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms. Some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, your health, and charitable work. So you guys, I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to hold this up closer. So if you are so worried about money right now, it says you are getting a windfall of abundance. So that is the boss speaking to you. But it might not come in just dollars. Maybe some days you're just so grateful, and you're grateful to be alive and that you're breathing and that you're surviving this pandemic right now. And the next one is deservingness, and maybe you never thought you deserved this. It says you are a beloved child of God like everyone else, and you deserve to receive the support that will allow you to focus on your divine purpose. Even if you can't yet recognize your lovable qualities, trust that God and the angels can see how truly amazing you are. You guys, you're a child of God. Did you ever hear God don't make no junk? So you are so lovable, and maybe you don't believe that. Maybe that wasn't given to you as a child, but like being yourself, you are so lovable. Water signs, like people really like being around you. I don't know why you think it's so hard to believe, and maybe you get sick of yourself and you think so does everybody else. But this is like maybe you did things that you thought God was never going to forgive you for it. And I will tell you this right now. And I was up at a retreat at the Karen Foundation. And if you guys don't know anything about the Karen Foundation, it is the drug and alcohol rehab of Pennsylvania. It's like the Betty Ford Clinic of Pennsylvania. And there was this wonderful pastor there, Father Bill, priest. And he said, when you are in an addiction, you are too sick to sin, and God is not holding it against you. So what I'm going to tell you right now, I've translated that. When you are spiritually disconnected, you are too sick to sin, and God is not holding that against you. So if you were spiritually disconnected, which most people have to be in order to survive, you were too sick to sin, and God does forgive you, and he is not holding that against you. It is you holding that against yourself. So I'm going to tell you right now, when you know better, you do better, and you are knowing better now, and you're doing better now. And God loves you and wants you to believe that. And maybe all the other people around you are here to teach you to believe that. And the next one says, release your resentments about money. Yes, the money system of the world can seem upsetting, but holding resentments about finances just pushes your abundance away. Instead, see money as a tool you can use to better the world. And this shift will help you attract and support golden opportunities. So if you guys are holding on to beliefs about money, the money system of this world is so screwed up. It's like the guy with the most toys wins, and that you will be happier when you are financially abundant and that you're more successful. And that is so backwards. And we're learning that. If you're in the United States right now, we're watching the economy crumble. It doesn't matter how much you have. It doesn't mean you're happier. But this is saying that you don't deserve to have more either. This is saying that you are here to have abundance in multiple forms. Money is an energy exchange. You're meant to have it. You're meant to have it. You're meant to give it. You're not meant to hoard it. You're not meant to hold on to it and to believe that it's going to keep coming and keep flowing to you. It's a hard belief to adopt. It's a practice, but it's asking you to try and practice releasing that you need more to be happier. Your abundance is coming in ways that you can't even imagine. And Remember who you work for. So thank you so much to all the water signs. This is your career and finance reading for the month of February 2021. This is your sign. Signing off. I'm Michelle Kelly. Please subscribe. Thanks.